if any of you guys are experiencing slowed sales, it's probably a lot to do with that. Hey everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing today. I hope you're having an amazing start to January. For today's video, I'm just going to be this year and just moving forward with my channel is to do more vlog videos and more sit down videos where you can kind of get to know me more and it's a little more personable, because a lot of my painting processes, like, it's literally just a fast-paced painting process with no talking, just music. So today's January 9th. Last month during Christmas and just in December, I kind of took a little bit of a break, just because I did a lot of creating and a lot of stuff last year. So I really just wanted to take a little bit of a break. But I've also just been thinking a lot, and I feel like things have changed a little bit in the art world in the last like 6 months or so. And one thing that I was kind of feeling this last month was that it can be so hard now to stand out as an artist, or even just like as a person in general now, because everything is so oversaturated and so many people are doing so many things. So that's one thing that I've really just been kind of thinking to myself, like, how can I be different? What can I do? And that's hard. That's hard to do, right? So yeah, I've just been kind of in that mode, because I feel like for the last few years, I've kind of just been doing the same thing. And my biggest goal the last few years was just building my skills as a painter and trying to be the best painter that I could be and paint as much as possible. But I feel like I've done a lot of that and I've reached a lot of goals, and I'm really proud of myself, and I'm obviously going to keep painting, but that's just been leaving me with thinking of like, okay, so what now? Like, what do I do now? So I feel like that's actually one of the reasons why I've been wanting to focus more on my YouTube and growing it and growing this community. I feel like that's kind of where that came from, because like I've been looking for new ways to expand myself. So I'm going to be doing a lot of new things this year, my art, and some new things I'm planning. So I'm really excited to be doing that, and when I'm going to share that with you guys, it's going to be really fun and exciting. How many times can I say exciting in one video? I think that we should do a toll in the comments. Another thing that I noticed during the holidays that made me really sad, it's making me sad, and this is something that I think has kind of been changing over the last of an opinion, and I feel like some people might share this opinion. I don't know, let me know down below. But I feel like for a few years, buying from small businesses and supporting small businesses was very trendy and was very popular, especially during, when the pandemic was happening and everything was locked down and like small businesses were really affected. That's really like when I feel like that started, and a lot of people were supporting small businesses, and that's why so many of us were able to jump on that bandwagon. And like, sorry guys, my battery died, so I had to change that. But as I was saying, I was talking about how it was kind of a trend to purchase from small businesses and whatnot, especially during like 2020, 2021. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, it has had like long-lasting impacts, because a lot of people now would rather buy from small businesses, and they'd rather buy from like someone that they physically have met or they see online like this. So it's had amazing implications for like the long run, and it's really exciting. But at the same time, like I said, a lot of people struggled this year specifically, I think, with that. And I mean, I know one of the major reasons for that is because we're literally in a recession. So it's hard for people to just afford the basics. So when it comes to buying things like art, I mean, that's like, that's like the last thing people buy, right? Honestly, like at the end of the day, it is. So it's hard, like I said, to stand out and to be the artist that people choose to buy from. I mean, that's why it's important to try to stand out, I guess. And if I have any advice, like, just try to stand out as much as possible. Don't try to be like other artists. Don't more than ever in order to make it as an artist. A lot of people that I just follow online, my friends, small business owners, they didn't have a good holiday season. And a lot of them are not creating anymore. They're even like closing their businesses, or they're like taking a break because they just, don't know what to do now. And it's just sad. It's sad to see that. Like, I understand it completely because, like I said, we're in a recession. In Canada, we're in a recession. In the States, they're in a recession. I don't know about other parts of the world, but I can assume that it's not good anywhere right now. So I personally think that, like, the major reason why, if any of you guys are experiencing that as well, slowed sales, it's probably a lot to do with that. So yeah, I would say also then it also makes me feel better then, because like that's not really something you can control. It's just something that's like phases, like the economy is always changing, but the economy is going to do better again one day. So personally for myself, I had the best year in sales of my artwork last year than I ever have. So that's exciting. I'm happy about that for sure. But I also worked harder than I ever have. I also created more products than I ever have. So that's obviously like intertwined. Similarly to a lot of people, I sold less stuff during this past holiday season than I did the previous one. I sold the most products during August to October this year. So it was kind of like a random time. You expect the holiday seasons to be really, really booming. It saddens me that, people have been suffering, like friends that I know, people that I know, and they're questioning themselves. They're questioning whether to keep creating and stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't think you should be creating anything just for money. Because personally, like myself in this life, the reason that I do art and the reason why I've chosen to do it is because I am somebody who literally will not work a job or will not do something that I don't want to do. Like, I'm not going to spend my entire life working a job I don't like. I just don't know how people actually do that their whole lives. So for me, it's very, very personal. I started sharing art literally on Instagram just because I wanted to share it with people. Like, it was never the intention of selling things. It was never the intention of doing any of the things that I'm doing now. It was all because I've literally been painting since I was a kid, and I was painting a lot because it was the pandemic, and I was like, why don't I just share this with people? So that's what I did. I just started sharing my art with people, and then it all just blossomed from there. Like, if you started doing something creative a few years ago just because it was popular during the pandemic and you don't actually really like it, then I don't think that it's going to last. I don't think that's the case with most people, though. I think most people understand that trying to do creative career or pursue art as a career is like hard, and that you normally have to work really hard in order to make a lot of money. I don't think it's something that people go into thinking that they're just gonna get rich quick scheme. Like, we all know that that's not really how it works with art. Like, some people, sure, but most of the time it takes time and persistence and passion. So with all that being said, I mean, I think what I was talking about just kind of ties all together. It was a trend kind of to purchase from small businesses for a bit because of the pandemic, which is a great thing. But then a lot of people started doing the arts as a career. And now that the economy isn't so great because of the pandemic, funny how that is, now a lot of small businesses and artists are suffering, and now they kind of are left with this thought of like, what do I do now? Like what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, how I feel like a lot of people are just kind of like in limbo right now and just kind of like don't know where to go. I think that is the reason too. Yeah, I think it's just left a lot of artists questioning where to go from here and what to do. And it's totally understandable. I don't know. At the end of the day, I would always paint, like, no matter what. Like, even if it wasn't a job for me, it would just be something that I do because I love it. I think, honestly, the most important thing in life is doing what you love. I mean, for myself, literally, for the first couple of years of doing my art, I didn't sell things often at all. Not at all. It just takes time. Like, it takes time and patience, and nowadays we are all kind of trained. It's literally like we're trained not to have patience, and we're just like always go, 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 like just because of how society is. And it's hard when you're trying to like do something like art because that takes time. So with all that said, I just want to have more open discussions with you guys like this, where I just talk about what I think's going on and what I think's affecting other artists. Please comment below what you guys think about this. Like, if you agree, if you have another opinion, I would love to know, because I really want these to be like discussions that we're having. I don't just want it to be like my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys are thinking, and I want everyone to like kind of learn off each other. Even though this topic was kind of maybe a little depressing and whatnot, just don't give up, you guys. Like, life is turbulent. We all go through periods of sadness and uncertainty, but like, you just got to keep going. And even though it can be hard as an artist, you know, we all have times where we're like, can we even do this? Is this something that we should do? Yes, it is. You know, feel your feelings, but like, just keep going. Don't give up. Things can change overnight, literally. Like, you know, in a month, you know, things can change. Thank you for joining this video. Thank you for listening to what I had to say. What you think? Yeah, I have all my links below. You guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I have my art shop as well if you want to check anything out in there. I'm gonna leave it like that. So thank you guys for watching. I will be back with another video very soon, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.